What's up you guys, welcome back to Way Out of Poverty. I'm Peter, Ilyu, Nwanwuzia, the CEO of Way Out of Poverty, also known as Rabbi Solomon. Today we are going to be talking about Business Strategy Volume 2. In this volume you will learn the purpose of strategic planning, the difference between strategic planning and writing a business plan, who to involve and lot more, so stay on this video till the end. Before we start, I will like to say a big thank you to all those that has been following our video, and a big thank you to our entire subscribers. Lastly, thank you to all that like this video. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe now below this video so you won't miss our next video, and if you are a returning subscribers, please like this video and drop your comment. What are you waiting for? Like this video and drop your comment below. Now let's go. Last week we talked about strategic planning in business. What is a strategic plan? Which businesses need strategic planning? What are the difference between a strategic plan and a business plan? A different intent. Key components of a strategic plan, and essentials of the strategic planning process. So let's continue. Strategic planning. Growing a business means taking many decisions about the way you want to expand your operations. Creating a strategic plan is a key component of planning for growth. It will help you prepare a realistic vision for the future of your business, and in doing so can maximize your business potential for growth. A strategic plan should not be confused with a business plan. A business plan is about setting short or mid-term goals and defining the steps necessary to achieve them. A strategic plan is typically focused on a business mid to long-term goals and explains the basic strategies for achieving them. This guide sets out the basics of the strategic planning process. It explains how to go about drawing up a strategic plan, it highlights some important issues to bear in mind, and it shows how to turn from planning to implementation. The purpose of strategic planning. The purpose of strategic planning is to set your overall goals for your business and to develop a plan to achieve them. It involves stepping back from your day-to-day operations and asking where your business is headed and what its priorities should be. Why strategic planning matters more to growing businesses. Taking the decision actively to grow a business means embracing the risks that come with growth. Spending time on identifying exactly where you want to take your business, and how you will get there, should help you reduce and manage those risks. As your business becomes larger and more complex, so strategy formulation will need to become more sophisticated, both to sustain growth and to help you muster the leadership and resources you need to keep your business developing. To do this, you will also need to start collecting and analyzing a wider range of information about your business, both about how it operates internally and about how conditions are developing in your current and potential markets. The difference between strategic planning and writing a business plan. The process of strategic planning is about determining the direction in which you want to take your business. It involves setting out your overall goals for your business. By contrast, the purpose of the business plan is to provide the detailed roadmap that will take you in your desired direction. Your strategic planning and your business planning should be complementary, but effective strategy development requires you to shift your focus from the day-to-day concerns of your business and to consider your broader and longer-term options. Getting started with strategic planning. As with any business activity, the strategic planning process itself needs to be carefully managed. Responsibilities and resources need to be assigned to the right people, and you need to keep on top of the process. Who to involve. Try to find people who show the kind of analytical skills that successful strategic planning depends upon. Try to find a mix of creative thinkers and those with a solid grasp of operational detail. A good rule of thumb is that you shouldn't try to do it all yourself. Take on board the opinions of other staff, key employees, accountants, department heads, board members, and those of external stakeholders, including customers, clients, advisors, and consultants. How to structure the process. There is no right or wrong way to plan the process of strategic planning, but be clear in advance about how you intend to proceed. Everyone involved should know what is expected of them and when. For example, you may decide to hold a series of weekly meetings with a strategy team before delegating the drafting of a strategy document to one of its members. Or you might decide to block off a day or two for strategy brainstorming sessions, part of which might involve seeking contributions from a broader range of employees and even key customers. Getting the planning document right. The priority with strategic planning is to get the process right. But don't neglect the outcome. It's also important to make sure you capture the results in a strategic planning document that communicates clearly to everyone in your business what your top-level objectives are. Such a document should 1. Reflect the consensus of those involved in drafting it. 2. Be supported by key decision-makers, notably owners and investors. 3. Be acceptable to other stakeholders, such as your employees. Build your plan on solid strategic analysis. Strategic planning is about positioning your business as effectively as possible in the marketplace. So you need to make sure that you conduct as thorough as possible an analysis of both your business and your market. There is a range of strategic models that you can use to help you structure your analysis here. These models provide a simplified and abstract picture of the business environment. SWOT, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, analysis is probably the best known model and is used by both smaller and bigger businesses in the for-profit and not-for-profit sectors alike. STEEPLE, social, technological, economic, environmental, political, legal, ethical, and 5 forces analysis are 2 other widely used models. SWOT. A SWOT analysis involves identifying an objective of a business or project and then identifying the internal and external factors that are favorable and unfavorable to achieving that goal. These factors are considered using 4 elements. 1. Strengths, attributes of the business that can help in achieving the objective. 2. Weaknesses, attributes of the business that could be obstacles to achieving the objective. 3. Opportunities, external factors that could be helpful to achieving the objective. 4. Threats, external factors that could be obstacles to achieving the objective. STEEPLE. There are other models you can use to assess your strategic position. STEEPLE analysis, for example, breaks the business environment down into the following components. Social, e.g. demographic trends or changing lifestyle patterns. Technological, e.g. the emergence of competing technologies, or productivity improving equipment for your business. Economic, e.g. interest rates, inflation, and changes in consumer demand. Environmental, e.g. changing expectations of customers, regulators, and employees on sustainable development. Political, e.g. changes to taxation, trading relationships, or grant support for businesses. Legal, e.g. changes to employment law, or to the way your sector is regulated. Ethical, e.g. ethical and moral standards governing policies and practices. STEEPLE analysis is often used alongside SWOT analysis to help identify opportunities and threats. 5 forces. The 5 forces model aims to help businesses understand the drivers of competition in their markets. It identifies 5 key determinants of how operating in a given market is likely to be for a business. 1. Customer's bargaining power. The higher it is, perhaps because there is a small number of major buyers for your product or service, the more downward pressure on prices and thus revenue they will be able to exert. 2. Suppliers' bargaining power. The ability of suppliers to push prices up, for instance if you rely on a single firm, can impact significantly on costs and profitability. 3. The threat of new competitors entering your market or industry. More businesses competing makes it more difficult to retain market share and maintain price levels. 4. The threat of customers switching to substitute products and services. An example would be the threat to fax machine manufacturers posed by the wide availability of email. 5. The level of competition between businesses in the market. This depends on a wide range of factors, including the number and relative strength of the businesses and the cost to customers of switching between them. What a written strategic plan should include. There is no set blueprint for how to structure a strategic plan, but it is good practice to include the following elements. 1. Analysis of internal drivers, corresponding, for example, to the strengths and weaknesses of a SWOT, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, analysis. 2. Analysis of external drivers. This should cover factors such as market structure, demand levels, and cost pressures, all of which correspond to the opportunities and threats elements of a SWOT analysis. 3. Vision statement, a concise summary of where you see your business in 5 to 10 years' time. 4. Top-level objectives. These are the major goals that need to be achieved in order for your vision for the business to be realized. These might include attracting a new type of customer, developing new products and services, or securing new sources of finance. 5. Implementation. This involves setting out the key actions, with desired outcomes and deadlines, that will need to be completed to attain your top-level objectives. 6. Resourcing. A summary of the implications your proposed strategy will have for the resources your business needs. This will reflect financing requirements, as well as factors such as staffing levels, premises, and equipment. You may also want to consider adding an executive summary. This can be useful for prospective investors and other key external stakeholders. Some important strategic planning issues to consider. Growing a business can pose some considerable personal challenges to the owner or manager, whose role can change dramatically as the business grows. Effective strategic planning involves considering options that challenge the way that business has been done up to this point. It may be that decision-making in some areas will be handed to others, or that processes which have worked well in the past will no longer fit with future plans. It can be tempting for owners or managers to overlook alternatives that are uncomfortable for them personally, but to disregard your options on these grounds can seriously compromise your strategic plan and ultimately the growth of your business. Examples of the kind of issues that tend to get overlooked by growing businesses include: 1. The future role of the owner. For example, it may be in the best interests of the business for the owner to focus on a smaller number of responsibilities, or to hand over all day-to-day control to someone with greater experience. 2. The location of the business. Most small businesses are located close to where the owner lives. But as a business grows, it may make sense to relocate the business, for example, to be closer to greater numbers of customers or employees with certain skills. 3. Ownership structure. Growing businesses in particular should ensure that they get this right. The more a business grows, the more sophisticated it needs to be about meeting its financing needs. In many cases, the best option is for the owner to give up a share of the business in return for equity finance, but this can be emotionally difficult to do. In the final analysis, it is the owner of the business who decides the strategic plan. Growing a business is not something done at all costs. However, an honest assessment of the options allows for any decisions made to be as informed as possible. Remember that strategic planning can involve making both organizational and cultural changes to the way your business operates. These are all you need in business strategy. Thank you very much for watching our video. Follow us on this channel, so as to be notified when we release the next video, which is business registration. You can't afford to miss it. But before them, we will be glad if you can subscribe, like this video and share it with your friends and family on social media. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe below this video, by clicking the subscription button, so you won't miss our next video, and if you are a returning subscribers, please like this video and drop your comment. Bye for now. Love you all, see you next week Thursday.